You feel your planning is right, everything you're doing is right, you're on time. Still, you miss that meeting. Like you gave an example. Maybe that meeting was not a part of your journey. Maybe it was not meant to take place at that particular day. So sometimes you don't know the bigger picture. Sometimes you don't know the universe. Love is blind. So astrologer help you to open your eyes. If you will accept the person, even if you're not liking that person, change in behavior, change in hormones. Happiness is a habit. So if you become a habitual of happiness and you create that harmony within you, around you will make sure everything's all great. And that is how prosperity we use once in a year. Wish you a very happy and prosperous new year.
Hello Sanjeev ji, very warm welcome.
Thank you so much, Sanya. You're looking great and I hope you're doing great.
Thank you so much, and you're looking very fresh too. Sanjeev ji, before I begin, I would just want to introduce you, although you don't need any introduction, but I still want to say that this conversation is designed to move beyond astrology. You are a renowned astrologer, but I want to go beyond astrology as prediction and explore it as a tool of self-awareness, healing, relationships, personal transformation, right? And so my thing is that you as a person, everybody knows you in India, many people, and they know you as Sundeep Kochar, who is one of the India's most recognized astrologers. It's also about you, sir, which I don't know, many people know or don't know, but you're also a motivational speaker, right? You're also doing a lot of interesting things. You've been also into a television. You've been doing multifaceted things. And everybody who knows you, he knows you as a very good astrologer. But what I want to know today in my podcast, which I call Unbecoming with Sanya, and the series I call it is Heart Talks. So I want to go beyond the labels, the professionalism. Beyond that, aapne, when I spoke to you today, you said I'm not, so I'm just a normal person, and I said that for me, you are a super professional person because you hold on to your words. That is a sign of professionalism. For me, you are an open-minded person. When somebody calls you, you pick up the call. For me, you are a very professional person because for being professional, you need to be approachable, and you are amazingly approachable. And at the same time, you're very, very pleasant and kind to talk to. So for me, you are all checks to professionalism. Just, in case people are listening.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Sir, let me start with putting up with a question that for me today, that I'm starting this podcast with you, is my aim is to create an intimate, reflective dialogue where I want the person Sundeep to come out. So my first question to you is, everyone knows you by name Sundeep Kochar as one of the India's most recognized astrologers, but who is Sundeep when the cameras are off?
I think I'm a very simple being, and God has been kind to me. And I always believe in to keep things simple, and that's the reason I answer my own calls and respond to whoever reach out to me. And I think life is all about being in your own synergy. So I don't complicate anything. I don't overthink. I don't overplan. I don't overdo. I believe in the destination of life is already destined from the day one to the last day, and it cannot be changed. So something which is pre-written, pre-scripted, pre-drafted, or predestined, then there is no scope of any overthinking in it. So best way is to give your best and leave him the rest. So I try to maintain a balance between your karma and your happiness within. So content with what you have and looking for more. If you maintain a balance between these two, then I think you're pretty satisfied in your life. Otherwise, you know how it is. It is a never-ending story, and people have never-fading desires. They are looking for more and more all the time. And whenever they talk about achieving something, though they are never satisfied because they always forget from where they have come and where they have reached. They are looking for where they have to go. So for me, I feel whatever I am from where I have come and what I have done, I think God has been kind, and I'm very much at peace at myself.
What a beautiful thing, sir. I'm grateful that I'm speaking to you today. I just want to ask you, for my personal understanding, which you said beautifully, that you have to create a balance between having to want more and what you have, being contented. Sir, it's just a humble question. that I'm asking you, because I think I would need to know most, and I hope my audience will also appreciate this, that how do you differentiate between, first of all, what is contentment, sir, according to you?
See, I feel, every human being, whenever, a kid is born, a toddler is born, and then toddler, a human being, the mindset is start thinking about something, looking at environment, looking at the facilities or whatever you are born with, because you can't choose that. You can't choose your parents. So there are people who begin their journey from a very humble background. There are people who are born with a silver spoon. But whoever the person is, if you see, where are you right now, and what thing have come to you, then I think it give you some kind of way forward. So for me, I always believe in that everyone has a purpose in life, and in Japanese they call it ikigai. So if you find a purpose, then best is, then you will never be diverted from here and there or noises around. So I think this is the best thing which I have learned. And if you understand, okay, whatever has come to you, it is by his grace. And whatever you are doing, you are putting effort, your education, your experience, your planning, your networking, and whatever expertise you have, and you are doing your karma. So if you are doing your deeds, and when you are leaving things to time and with honesty, which is very important, then definitely it will come to you. Even in Gita, there's a sacred book. You're from Indian background, and it says, keep doing your deeds and leave everything to time and God. It is all same. So I think whenever you delegate, when you delegate things to time and some higher energy and have a power, you will never claim, you will never blame, and you will always be in peace. So I think whenever you are in that situation, that is what it can give you, that kind of contentment. And I always believe in, if you are happy, you are blessed. So happiness is a habit which you have to inculcate, and whatever situation you are in, and then you should have some desire. Normally people say you should have no desire. I believe in, we are in a world of illusion where everyone is entangled to, to do something better, maybe first for the family, and then for the society, and then for the nation, and maybe universe. So if you have that kind of purpose, bigger purpose than going beyond your family, then nature also conspire and help you to get those kind of opportunities which will help you to streamline your journey toward that peace. And if you find that purpose, I think you will feel good, you will feel content, you will feel happy in your journey.
Wow, so well put. I think the first time ever I've heard as happiness as a habit, I'll really remember this. I have never heard this statement before. It really, really resonates with me, that, but I haven't done it yet. Like, I've not made that as a habit. I might have made it as a choice, but it's not yet an habit. So thank you. Thank you for this. My next thing is like, what, was there a defining moment that made you realize astrology was your life calling?
Since beginning, I always have this thought of, there's a philosophical thoughts. Even when I was a kid, I used to see, why somebody is traveling in a luxury car, and why somebody is just riding a bicycle or going by public transport. What is, even in spite of they haven't done anything in their journey. Maybe somebody is in school or college at that time, but the infrastructure or the facilities which they have got, why there is a difference in that. And even a lot of things about stars, and though I had no clue about astrology at that time when I was talking about, when I was in school, but I always used to wonder, what these kind of planets they are impacting us, or stars, what are their higher up. Like in Japan, they have discovered a way now, which I thought when I was in school decades ago. I'm in 50s now, and during maybe 40 years back, I thought of this, why, because the moon reflects light from the sun. So can we do something where, where we can put some kind of a reflecting surface on moon, and the light is reflected from moon, and then it comes back to earth, and we get free of cost energy or light. So this is what I thought maybe 40 years ago, which now Japan is working on it in a way, the green energy they are talking about. So this kind of philosophical thought I had there since beginning, and and that is how it helped me to become more like a life coach and a motivator, though I'm an astrologer first. But my understanding of astrology is psychology of astrology, psychology of planets, how the person is born with some set of planet can define you. In 10 seconds, I can tell you who you are, your strength, your weakness, your potential, your from where you have come, what is going on, the state of mind you are in right now, and where you are heading. I don't think any artificial intelligence, I don't think any supercomputer or any kind of technology can even compare with this Indian Vedic astrology, which is more than 5,000 years old. So I'm blessed to be a part of it, whatever little knowledge I have, and in my 26 years of journey with astrology, if I can motivate a person, if I can show the guidance or maybe direction to any individual or maybe a corporate, that is how I feel satisfied and content. So this kind of mindset I had since beginning, and I was a cricketer. I must tell you that that sport, which is, I think people worship cricket in India. And so I wanted to play for India. That was my only dream in life, and that was my ambition, to be there. So then circumstances changed. I was very close to that actually, and I was quite extraordinary. And my father passed away, and then it was a U-turn in my life because I had to take care of my family. I was too young. I had a younger brother, sisters in school at that time. So that U-turn in my life made me realize about there's something which is beyond control. There's something, because I had only one dream, and that dream got shattered. So I started learning astrology, not to make it a profession, but to know about my own journey. Why me? So that kind of thought has helped me to understand and navigate my own path. And then I understood. And now, if I look back and see my own horoscope, this horoscope belongs to astrologer, a philosopher, a guide, or a coach, or a motivator. So whatever I'm doing, it is not a coincidence. It was meant to be like this, and that is the reason. Whenever a client who calls me from any part of the world over video phone call, or they meet me in my office, I don't ask them who they are. I don't ask them why they are approaching me. I don't let them talk. In a half an hour of a session, almost 14-15 minutes, I only talk, and I tell them exactly their journey, and even help them to understand why they are here and where they are heading to. So this is something which I believe in, that astrology will never go wrong. And I wrote it once on Facebook funnily that astrology is always right, but astrologers are left and right. So I believe in astrology will never go wrong.
That's pretty nice. Nicely put. Um, so, Sandeep ji, how have you ever questioned your own path or your faith in astrology? Like you are now telling me, Very, that you have a staunch belief, but is it more than belief, or it is what your wisdom is telling you when it comes to astrology?
See, my 26 years of journey with astrology, and done numerous television and radio shows. My television show became the longest running show ever. It went on for 9 years. I did some 2,740 episodes to be precise. It got into Limca Book of Records as the longest running show. Every day, why I'm quoting this, every day I used to see 35 to 40 horoscopes through radio, through television. Live, I was doing live radio from Dubai, and live television in Z, which was telecasted for 120 countries. And when you see so many 40 horoscope in a day, then it is on the job learning. And every horoscope, when I open a horoscope, as I said, it takes few seconds to make a horoscope. uh, Never ever in my life I got any surprise. Whatever I'm telling, something good, bad, ugly, something not great, it definitely it will take place. So astrology has never given me any question mark, never ever in my life. I never got any kind of doubt toward this science. Though people might feel that not everyone believes in astrology, few they call it pseudoscience. And it reminds me of one incident when I was in London. BBC interviewed me live, and they gave instructions to the host that please don't talk about astrology, talk about astrology, but don't do astrology on air. And he started teasing me in a way live. Sandeep ji, we are getting messages, and somebody is saying that it is a pseudoscience. So I said, no, it is not. If you give me your date of birth, time, and place, I'll tell you who you are and what is going on. So he got excited and he forgot that instructions, and he gave me his date, time, and place of birth, and I was ready with my laptop on. I put it in the system in few seconds, and I told him that it is a very dicey situation you are in. I think you have been implicated in something, and you are planning to leave this organization. He was the star anchor of the show.
Okay.
And that studio was all glass, made up of glass, and I saw people there holding like this. So what I said was right. And then he realized that it is not. Then he started behaving differently. So what I'm trying to tell you here is astrology has given me that kind of satisfaction that it is the most amazing science which has been created. People may put a question mark that it is not a science. I will term it as it is a divine science. Sages more than 5,000 years old ago, when there was no telescope, no satellites. In spite of that, whatever calculation they have done from Earth to those planets which are not even visible from the naked eye, you don't know where Saturn or Jupiter is, but still the impact of every individual planet can make or break a person. Or maybe the programming which I was talking about is like a blueprint of your journey, including your own mindset, because doctors can check your blood pressure, ECG, pulse, whatever, but there is no meter which can help you to understand what is going on in your mind. But astrologer in few seconds can tell you exactly what is your state of mind and what is happening with you. So that is the reason, I always believe in it. And when you do something with your full belief, and you trust that process, and you know that it can change lives of people, I feel I'm accomplished. And that is how, I do it with complete passion. So this is my profession, but I do it with 100% passion. Even if somebody is calling me at midnight, I do it with full energy, because I know it is a big responsibility and there is a divinity attached to this science.
Wow, beautiful. And just to question a bit here, that is astrology a mathematical science? You said divine science, and that I understand. But somebody who is of a scientific mindset, the calculations that you're talking about, is it physics and mathematics, or it is, like astrophysics, or it is everything?
It is a mix of, I would say, science and art. What I am seeing, the horoscope, the placement of planet at the time of birth, they are the real placement. If you call NASA and you ask, where was your moon or your Jupiter or your Saturn or your Mars, Mercury, Venus were placed when you were born, they will give you exactly the same degrees which I will tell you from your horoscope. So astrology is a part of astronomy, the real placement of your planet at the time of birth. And the prediction part is an art. Because if Mars is there on your ascendant, you will become very authoritative. You will have the leadership skills. You will become a boss. If Mercury is strong in your horoscope, you'll become a good orator, a good in communication, good in writing, good in networking, finance, IT, or even law. So that is how. Jupiter means wisdom, knowledge, spirituality, management skills. Venus means everything which is beautiful, creative, glamour, luxury. So people are fond of that. Moon is more kindness, emotion, but also sensitivity. So every planet, one planet, I'm giving you this interpretation of one planet. But what about 9 planets, their combination, their placement, their aspect to each other? And that would give you a complete understanding of the human mind. So astrology is definitely a part of astronomy, but predicting part is, see, in science they say if something cannot be proved, it doesn't exist. But according to me, if something cannot be proved, it doesn't mean it doesn't exist, because science need to catch up and understand the synergy and energy behind this divine science. Like if Mars, say Mars, we are still trying to reach Mars. Mars can give you as I've said, people who are into armed forces, police, any kind of a sport, they have a strong Mars, and that is how they have strong eyebrows. They will never retire, they will never give up, and they are the bosses. And they are no nonsense also, because they can't be subdued or put into under some kind of controlled environment. So they have that energy. So that is how it works. So according to me, you give me a test, give me a date of birth, time of place, without even telling me who the person is, male, female, or whatever the person is doing. I will tell you exactly the everything about the person. So it is such a beautiful science.
Wow, very cool. Let me know, do you believe, Sandeep ji, do you yourself believe that our lives are written in stars, or do we co-author our destiny through our choices?
Very well put. And I think you gave the answer. If I can ask you, instead of answering, how do you spell destiny, Sanya? DES?
Yeah, TINY.
So there is a tiny word attached with destiny itself. That means there is a lot of scope to bring a change in your own story of your life. And that change is one, your behavioral changes. Like, I haven't come across a person who is perfect in this life. Everyone has some kind of whatever flaws. Somebody could be aggressive, somebody could be very sensitive, or somebody is introvert, or somebody has a different mindset. So everyone is different. So that means if you understand, okay, you have this kind of weakness, and astrologer, as I've said, maybe I will be telling you whatever your parents are telling you since beginning when you were a kid, and maybe I'm repeating that, but something coming through a stranger who is astrologer, you will start introspecting, you will start realizing, you will start working on it. That is how the change will come to you. So one is your behavioral changes, which can bring a major shift in your own journey, because this is my favorite statement, Sanya. I use it every day, that destiny is fixed, no one can change, but a change is change when you change. So the moment you change, you can twist your journey a bit, because if you don't change anything, you are going where you are going. The moment you bring a change, you understand your own strength, weakness, potential, and most importantly, your timeline. I have seen with all my experiences, it is not about the lack of capability, or where people falter or they say see setbacks, or it is all about taking wrong decision at the wrong time. Maybe whatever ideas they had were amazing, but it was not rightly timed. So astrology can help you to understand. Okay, this is the time. If you want to leave your job and start your own business, it should be rightly timed. If you want to switch over, it should match with the right time. Or even that space, getting married, because many times even relationships suffer. It is not because the person has changed, it's because the circumstances have changed, and the planet, when it changes, it is start influencing the state of mind of a person. That is how the behavior also changes. So when you know it in advance, you will accept it. Like your husband will start behaving in this particular fashion because the time is going to change. You will let go, you will ignore, and you will wait for the time, and that will give you a lot of acceptance, and it will help you to handle things in a better way. So taking right decision at the right time is what we call luck.
Very cool. It's very interesting because people who are, I mean, life is very ambiguous. Like, as you just said, that destiny can't be changed, but there will be a change if you change.
Absolutely.
Now, it's just a add on to that thought, because it's probably my personal question to you, that when things just happen and you haven't done anything, things happen sometime, right? And you have done by being there, by just with your aura. So how is it the person can look at life? See, what I mean is that when, suppose you're driving somewhere and you come in time, but you don't get a parking time. You're totally in right time. You come to your wherever you have to go to, you're in time. But there was never a problem in parking because you've driven that passage 10 years. Now, the 11th year, when you're driving and you're going there and you have to meet somebody really important and you don't get parking place and you have not calculated wrong. So, how you are like, do you call this as destiny, or do you call it that you haven't really been timely about and you haven't really planned yourself? Like, how do you put this statement? It's a very raw thing I'm telling you. How do you have to say about that? And that
Yes.
goes, yeah.
Yeah, see, it is all about the journey of your life. You're driving a car, driving your own life. It is the same, and then you have to reach your destination at the right time, as you said. But at the same time, you need to the parking space also. So parking space, according to me, it depends on various factors about your life. So one, there has to be some kind of acceptance. Every day is not Sunday. Every day you won't find that you have reached on time and there is a parking available for you, or somebody is waiting for you. Yeah, I have kept this parking space. Please park here. This is what life is all about. And this uncertainty about life is what life has become beautiful. Because if everything will become certain, then it will look more stagnated. So these kind of challenges which comes in life, if, as I say, even in ECG, it has to be like this. That's your life which goes. If flat line is, you're gone. So life is all about unpredictability, and I think that's the beauty of it. So I understand sometime, you feel your planning is right, everything you're doing is right, you're on time. Still, you miss that meeting, like you gave an example. Maybe that meeting was not a part of your journey. Maybe it was not meant to take place at that particular day. So sometimes you don't know the bigger picture. Sometimes you don't know the universe. And many times, Sanya, in my journey of life, because I always quote one example, because this has numerous things I can even tell you someday, how things have happened. You can always choose your seat when you book a flight, but you don't know who is sitting beside you.
Yeah.
And many times in my life, I have seen people who sitting besides me, and they were instrumental in my major decision, or some tie-ups, or some kind of associations. So how it happens? It is all about universe. So when you are vibrating yourself in the right frequency, you will attract right people sitting next to you. No matter how much you plan, manipulate, or do your networking. So whoever is supposed to come to you will sit next to you. So I believe in this way. This is destiny. Somebody might take it as a very laid back kind of a thing, but If you look at a bigger picture, you will see that many big things in your life have come to you when you were least expecting about it. And whenever you are planning, like you said, you were on time, still you didn't get parking. But this is what the beauty is all about. So I think sometime when you feel, oh, I'm late today, and I'm sure you won't get parking, you will find a parking. So this is how life plays, so it is all unexpected, is all unplanned. And I think we should expect the unexpected. That's the beauty of life.
It's great. Nice. What does free will, for you, where does the free will begin and destiny ends?
If you ask me, it is hand in hand. Like I said, destiny is tiny. And what tiny it is, I believe in 70% is distant. You can't choose your parents. Same goes with your spouse. Even if you run away with somebody, it was the same person you were meant to run away with. Now you're running with that person again. That's another thing. I'm just joking. So
Yeah.
so everything happens for a reason or a season. That is how they say you meet people for a reason or a season. And it comes to you at the right time. So according to me, destiny plays a great role. Now, what about free will? So you are born with whatever environment. You have an education, your whatever you have got on the platter when you're born. How you are utilizing it, it is very, very important. Are you utilizing your education, or you are just doing something which you're not supposed to do? So hard work, your honesty, your dedication, your belief system in you and in him, which is very important. That's the reason spirituality plays a great role. You know, See, I'm not preaching here. People who are spiritual, I always say they don't need astrologer, because when you become spiritual, and spiritual doesn't mean following only things religiously. I say following ritual may not make you spiritual. So one is following rituals, another is becoming spiritual. So when you feel the connect of you with the higher self, maybe believe in universe, believe in charity, believe in kindness, believe in humanity, you know talk with smile, you motivate a person. It's not about charity, it's not about spending your dollars or pounds. It is also about creating that kind of happiness in somebody's heart. That's something, if you can bring it around you, you will be surrounded by positive energy. And that's the reason I put a lot of emphasis. Ki, start doing meditation. They call it mindfulness. So the moment you surrender, the moment you feel the connect with the higher self, with some kind of divinity in it, you will see that everything around you will turn out to be totally different. You will have better acceptance, you will have better tolerance, you will learn to let go, you will learn to ignore, you will look at a bigger picture, and nothing can impact you. Mostly people, they get impacted easily with zero tolerance or zero acceptance, and they react just like that. That is how they keep on spoiling the relationship, and there is no harmony or peace in their life. So this is how astrology can make you aware about yourself. And this is my strength. If you ask me, as I've said and claimed a few times already, that in few seconds I can tell you who you are, because that's something which can shake up a person, wake him up, that okay, he's a stranger and he's exactly telling you me in the way I am. And then most importantly, your timeline. So astrology can definitely make, like free will is the changes, well, like I said earlier, bringing it in you, taking right decision according to timeline, and listening to astrologer. So no matter how intelligent you are, if you keep your mind open and take input and then take a decision, it will always be right.
Yeah, that's true. Can someone truly change the course of their life despite what the birth chart supports or suggests?
See, I haven't come across, as I've said, in this long journey, I've seen more than 100,000 of horoscopes, and horoscope means lives of people. Not a single time I got any surprise, good or bad. Whatever incident has come to a person from nowhere, he or she became a celebrity, or a millionaire, or whoever. And I've also seen people who had their own private jets, and today they're absconding. Good or bad is always a part of their journey. So it comes at the right time, the way it is written somewhere. We call it destiny. So I think, if you sorry, I missed out your question.
My thing was that can someone truly change the course
Yeah,
of
yeah.
their
Okay, so
life
yeah, I got it. So the
despite what the birth chart?
yeah, of
Yeah.
course. So one is a part of your destiny. So destiny is, now you're living from here and going somewhere. It is that is one journey of your life. An astrologer will tell you it is bad weather out there. There's a traffic jam over there. There's a road diversion over there. So astrology is utilized, like you put GPS. Even if you know the way from your office to home, you put GPS just to
Yeah.
understand what I said. So GPS of life, the journey of life, is astrology. So I always say, if nothing is going right, take left. So if you inculcate this kind of information, which you have no idea, then it really makes a difference. And that is how the change will come to a person. So destiny is, you were destined. There are a lot of people, like in your viewers, listeners, they will, most of them may not be believing in astrology, but whoever will believe in astrology, they will have an added information toward the journey of their life. So when they understand this, that is how they are changing their destiny in some manner. Like you feel, I've got a viral fever or maybe a common cold, I don't need to see a doctor, because you believe in destiny. But medicine is meant to cure something, whatever. Otherwise, it would have gone for 15 days. Now you will be cured in 3 days. Doctor will prescribe you vitamin C or some kind of anti-allergic or whatever. So the same goes with astrology. You will anyways reach your destination. So whether it is bad weather, you will get stuck in traffic, or maybe you will be drenched in rain. Astrology is telling you way in advance. You will carry an umbrella or wear a raincoat so that it is still raining, but at least you are secured.
Interesting. There's something like you're trying to make them choose something which is going to be kind of a like we say that, you make your house recipes clear so that, for example, we say in Ayurveda, right? So if you just look after your health, good habits, so you don't have to go to the medical house, or you don't have to go to the doctors. So it's like so astrology would be like kind of that kind of thing. You really don't have to end up, so drastically wrong in life when you have something to help you, kind of a pre-help. Okay. So why do so many people seek astrology when it comes to love?
Because love is blind. So astrologer help you to open your eyes, to understand. On a serious note, love obviously with another person. First, I believe in self-love. You need to fall in love with yourself. That's the most important thing. Look at the mirror and smile. Love yourself. Every single day I do it. Then you need to love. Love in the sense doesn't mean only romance. It also means everyone around you, including your parents, your children, your spouse, obviously, your pet, your neighbors. Love the neighbor, and your community, and everything around, and believe in him. Love him as well. But if you are totally talking about relationship, like romance and marriages, you don't know. You, as I've said, love is blind. Venus, Venus is eyes. Like when eyebrows, you see Mars and Mercury. Nose, you see strong sun, and forehead, or again you see intellect, and ear, you see wisdom. Eyes means Venus. Venus is creativity, but also love. So that's the reason they say love at first sight, not love at first nose. It is love at first sight, because it is Venus. So when you see a person or meet a person, or when you are already in love with somebody, you always look at the good side of a person, and person will also pretend, I'm using the word deliberately, to be his or her best self, before you are married. So astrologer will tell you exactly who the person is, to make you aware. It's not about I will be responsible. If you love somebody, I will tell you, no, 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 don't fall in love with him. He's not that person whom you are perceiving. I will not do that. I will help you to understand, to know him better. Understand his weaknesses. Don't provoke him. He has a tendency to say anything just like that. He is too direct. He has no idea how to spell diplomacy. Or the person has a argumentative mindset, so he will argue. Try not to argue. The person is quite sensitive. Try not to poke him in on small little things. So if you, and most importantly, time. Many a time people complain, oh, you have changed. Before marriage, you were promising moon. Now you're not even, getting grocery shopping then for me. So what has changed is the time. So maybe the person is going through some turbulent phase of his or her life, feeling a lot of stress and pressure, or maybe depressing state. So when astrologer help you, that is how I say, people call me, Sandeep ji, we are done, we are separated, we are looking for divorce. Tell me, when it will take place. I always tell them, you should have come to me before marriage. Premarital counseling is the most important thing in life. Know the person in advance and plan your marriage or wedding at the right time. At the same time, know the journey of the person, your own journey and his or her journey. Sometimes you yourself is not having a great time. Then what will happen? The person around you will make sure how to hurt you more, because this is the role that person need to play according to your own time. So when you understand this is how astrology is utilized in relationship. That's the reason more and more people are trusting astrology. It's not about only matchmaking. which normally in India they say, okay, these many points out of 36, go and get married. It is just even not even 10%. The real astrology is making you understand about the other psychology of a person, mindset of a person, strength, weakness, and potential of a person, and most importantly, the timeline of a person. So if you know the person in totality way in advance, you will be able to handle that person in the right way, and there will be no surprises after marriage.
Okay, fantastic. And you also said it's not just about the other person, it's also your timing and where what you are doing, and in retrospect to the other person.
Yeah.
So that's also very interesting. And what are the biggest relationship mistakes you see repeatedly?
Expectations. Like somebody is too caring, too kind, and it could be man or women. And when you expect the same from other, the other may be in his own journey, they have their own situations, but you feel you're not reciprocating in the same manner, it gives more hurt. So the root cause of misery is expectation. So my suggestion, especially in relationship, you keep doing what you are supposed to do and never expect. We are human being, obviously we expectation comes naturally. But when you look at a bigger picture and understand there is a journey of togetherness, we call it life partner. It's not about season or a reason, it is about something which should be there for life. If you understand this, or if you believe in the institution of marriage, then you will let go, you will accept, you will wait for the things to change. And this is where, so in normal circumstances, you will see what, you know I'm the one who's cooking meals for him or her. I'm the one who's taking care of home chores or whatever, and you are asking me not to expect anything. See, as I've said already, this is the normal thinking. When astrologer will make you aware, the person who is not able to reciprocate is in a severe depressing state, is totally in a frustrating phase, is totally dissatisfied in his or her professional life. That's the reason they are not able to understand or realize that they need to be a part of the system where one has to do something together. So when you understand this, then you will forgive. This is the beauty of astrology, which help you to understand the each other's journey, and then it helps you to have a bond forever.
Interesting. Can astrology help us become better partners, or does it sometime become crutch?
What's the last word?
That it becomes a crutch. It's like, it's like you get like crutches,
Oh, too dependent on somebody.
yeah,
Okay.
too dependent, yeah.
Which, okay, yeah.
So
See, as I've said earlier, I don't believe in coincidences. Everything is a part of your journey. Whoever is supposed to become your crutch will come to you someday. And whenever you needed it the most, even if you don't like the person. So I think again the answer is acceptance. If you will accept the person, even if you're not liking that person, maybe change in behavior, change in hormones, many times, even now, divorces are taking place in 50s, which is really surprising. When you are done with your career, you have created assets, and now you are planning for retirement, and suddenly you see yourself in court, looking for a divorce. Why? Because hormonal changes. You're not able to check your whatever. So if you understand, that is how astrology is more utilized for counseling. It is not predicting. Predicting is a very basic or normal thing. Anyone can read few books and predict something. Making a person aware, changing the mindset of a person, and especially through human psychology. That's the reason, if you ask me what is my strength, I would say I have understood the psychology of astrology. What each and every planet will think, behave, and put it in your head. So, and that is how you behave or react. So this, if you understand, then you will help any individual to take a right decision, because mostly it is wrong, or maybe the right thinking at the wrong time backfires. So this is what astrology is utilized for.
very nice, because I think this is a very severe, interesting thought that you're putting for astrology. You're such a loyal to astrology, because here it comes even your caliber. At the same time, you're trying to go away from planetary, but you're trying to see that, okay, you might be born in a some place which we can't change. But
Yeah.
what you can change is your respond to that planetary, behavior on you. Because it is like, since we say, like, I've heard from my mom saying, like, even if your husband is sometimes useless, you can be useful by not responding to that useless behavior, you know,
Amazing. Amazing. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's a wise word, actually. Yes.
right? So I think you are saying something really amazing. is like that you are trying to tell your customer or client or whoever you're talking to is like, understand your planets, understand what they are, responding to you, and what they are doing, acting to you. You respond back in a different way. So it's basically your relationship with yourself. That's what you're trying to tell if through astrology. But that's outstanding. That's something, is the first time I've got something really, I'm so happy that I'm talking to you, because this is something which is very, very unique. And I think this brings astrology to a very high level, because, and now at the same time, I'm talking about, because I live in Europe. So Europeans are very logic oriented. They're very like cause and effect oriented, if I may generalize. A lot of Europeans are very spiritual, and they're seekers and all that stuff. They're very wonderful, humble people. But they're born and brought up from a thing that everything is evidence based, and everything, all that. So so it is so important to put astrology into right framework of mind to people. That it's not a mumbo jumbo. And it's not like, as you say, that you have a predestined destiny. So sorry, you can't do anything about it. You're saying rather you can do everything about it. That's probably, from this statement, it brings that a lot. But you need to respond. So I think that,
twisted that word of destiny, and there is a tiny attached to destiny. This is a thought which came to me originally.
beautiful. I mean, that tiny, the tiny thing you can do. That's outstanding. Right. And Sandeepji, what role does emotional maturity play compared to astrological compatibility in relationships?
Absolutely, that's the answer. Actually, the moment you grow up, I live in this building. There are $1 million houses here. It's a amazing 5-star kind of a property, and there are almost 1,500 people lives here. I'm the chairman of the building since last 4.5 years, and I meet 50, 60 years old kids every single day.
I like that.
So it doesn't mean what age you are in. Normally, people, they see, ideally we are supposed to grow up and grow wise with age, but I've seen people, they are aging, not growing. So the moment the emotional maturity which you are talking about, this is where you need to attain. And once you understand, once you realize your own weaknesses, your own behavior, and the way you need to change, that is how the change will come to you. If somebody is not like, see, I always believe in what you seeking you. Like you said, Europeans are always, they're looking for, they should understand what you seek is seeking you. If you're not liking me, I will stop talking to you without even knowing. It works at energy levels. This is how astrology, it vibrations, energies, you can't measure. You have to feel it. Do you believe in God? Yeah, I do. Have you seen God? No. Then how? Belief, faith. So when you believe in something, you will start living it to time, living into that particular thing. That is how it will bounce back. Like they say, manifestation. What is manifestation? You're manifesting something. Again, it is energy. You're putting something in your head, something in your subconscious, and you believe that someday it will come back to you. It works at energy levels. So this is how emotional maturity also works. When you understand, I am not supposed to crib, complain, finding flaws. You are good. And as I've said, happiness is a habit. So if you become a habitual of happiness, and you create that harmony within you, around you, you will make sure everything is all great. And that is how prosperity, we use once in a year. Wish you a very happy and prosperous new year. Under prosperity, everything is there. Wealth, happiness, harmony, love, romance, every kind of assets, money, everything is under prosperity, health including. So prosperity only enters when there is harmony within you, harmony around you. So I always say life is not a court of law. Life is not a court of law where you need to prove who is right or wrong. Life is all about harmony, happiness, love, romance, togetherness, joy, and friendship. So if you choose this over who is right or wrong, you are done. And if you feel that and if you create it, you are blessed.
Beautiful. Very nicely put. Sandeepji, I'll go into the next. Today, people are overwhelmed with uncertainty. We've spoken about it, but they're overwhelmed with that. So, what do you think so many turn to astrology for reassurance?
See, sometimes we are lost. We are all human beings. We have our own aspirations. We have our own responsibilities. We want give always give best to the family and then society, as I've said earlier. And when what if something is not happening, something not working the way you have planned, or the way even you have put your hard work energy into it. So astrology is exactly a tool which can help you to navigate through that kind of a difficult situation. So if you know why this is not happening, If you have no tool like this, you will feel discouraged, you will feel disappointed, you will start questioning yourself, it will create a lot of self doubt, you will even let go in the sense you will give up. Astrologer is telling you it is just 2 more months. So the timeline which no science, no machine, no artificial intelligence can answer you this, what is going to happen tomorrow, only astrology. And that is the reason, I gave a TED talk last year, already 4 times, but last year it was a reputed college, britishers made it long time back, hundreds of years. So there I said, hi, this is Sundeep Kochar, and today I will talk about AI, not the one which is artificial. I will talk about the real AI. And the real AI is astrological intelligence. Know who you are.
Wow. Cool. That's interesting. Tell me a bit more on that. What was your speech like?
Uh,
Just
So,
a such a short thing.
yes, so I saw there were a lot of students and teachers, principal, parents there. So I thought what I should deliver here. I'm not supposed to impose everything is destiny and you believe in your own luck. There I was supposed to bring a change in mindset of those tiny, what do you call the
Mm.
future of the country. So there I made them understood about understanding about their own strength, about their own weakness, about their own potential, and importantly, their timeline. And I also spoke about dreaming big, because I believe in, like everything resonate with your energy. So if you are too content, I'm happy with this, then you will remain there. If you feel, no, I have to go there, so I always say, those who dream the most do the most. So if you have always aim for the moon, even if you miss, you will be among stars. Always aim for the moon. So this is what I motivated everyone, that everyone has a potential, everyone should have a dream, and everyone should work towards achieving that particular dream, and you have it in you. So if you believe in your own journey, because I said, your belief is very, very important. If you believe that you are good for nothing, then definitely you are not going to achieve anything. If you feel you are the best and you have all the potential, and that is the reason I said earlier, find the purpose. Without purpose, you will feel lost, you don't know where you are heading. So, and I always say direction is important than speed. So if you know where you are heading, and if you have a higher goal and higher purpose, that is how astrology can also help you to attain that, by understanding your challenges, your obstructions, your roadblocks, and whatever journey you might come across. So when you know it, then you will have better acceptance, then you will better plan it in a way, because not every day is Sunday. No, I will not make sure that I'll become a billionaire, anyways that's not my desire even, but at least it will give you understanding about your own journey. If it is a bumpy ride, you're okay with it. If the road is not great, if the make of the car is not great, you have that acceptance. Otherwise you will keep on grieving, complaining, and then you will drain your energy only in complaining.
I'm with you. I'm totally with you. Uh, how can someone use astrology as guidance without becoming dependent on it? Like it is that you just said, to come to the awareness in terms of using this as a clarity tool.
So without, see, one thing is there, definitely I believe in medicine or medical science, but I don't wish to go to a doctor. Then it's not going to make any difference. Obviously you need to understand what is going on. That is the reason you need to get some diagnosis done, some checkup done. So same goes with astrology. It helps you to understand your entire energies, synergies, psychology, behavior, timeline, everything once in your lifetime. So you are not supposed, as you said, even I tell all my clients, we are talking for the first time in this life, maybe the last time. But today, if you follow whatever I am suggesting and you understand your journey, you don't need to go to any astrologer, but go at least one. Maybe there are people who say, no, I know it all. Don't tell me what to do. I know it, because they have a closed mind. They don't want to understand the other dimension of it, the other perspective of it. Like they say in photography, they say bird's eye view. So astrologer has a bird's eye view towards your life. You are surrounded by some circumstances or situation and you feel life is miserable, and I'm seeing from a different angle. I'm telling you it is just a phase, and then things are going to become amazing after maybe few months. That is how it is usually utilized.
Nicely put. Nicely put. What's the healthiest relationship one can have with astrology?
Treat him as your friend. So don't feel that astrologer can give you a magic wand. Don't feel that he can do any kind of they say magic, or some kind of something out of the world. No, astrologer is also a human being who has some knowledge of future, and also your own mindset. Which I said, the most difficult thing is to know the self. Most difficult thing. No matter how what age you are in, this is the most difficult thing, to know exactly who you are. So when a astrologer who is a stranger can tell you in few seconds, that is how you start realizing, introspecting. That is how the change comes to you. So treat him, and I also believe in that. I always talk, even if you feel bad about whatever I'm telling you, because I do it in a very critic way. I never sugarcoat. I cannot do that. Mostly people, they don't like me after talking to me, because I have to tell you exactly upfront what I'm paid for. That's my job. So if I'm telling you, actually this is how it is, you should also take me as a friend and understand, okay, this is for my own betterment. So if you have this kind of relationship with each other, that is how, you will understand more, and you will follow it in the right way.
Sandeepji, this podcast is all about unlearning and unbecoming. So I want to ask you about you, that in your own life, what have you had to unlearn?
See, nobody's perfect, as I've said. And every day, whenever I go out, I love traveling, anyways. And somebody sitting beside me, as I've said earlier, in the flight, I say hello. It's not about, I don't carry my even visiting card. So it is not about, finding another client sitting next to me. Never ever. That's not my thought. But I try to understand the journey of a person. Even in Uber, I talk to Uber drivers and understand their struggles. From there they have come, what they are doing, how they are, seeing this country. They are feeling about leaving their own home country behind, and now living all alone and setting their base here, or fulfilling their aspirations or needs of their families. So every day is a learning day. So for me, it is not about unlearning. Unlearning, see, astrology is a divine science. With the help of astrology, you also become spiritual. When you become spiritual, you are supposed to become wise. So I'm not saying I'm the wisest of them, but as I say, some are wise, most are otherwise. But the moment you understand, okay, this is the journey, you should first learn yourself, to make people understand or unlearn them and make them wiser people. This is what the journey of astrology is all about. So I think first I will work on my own self. Like, I'm not never on time. That's one of my weakness. Even for flights, even for my board exam, university exams, anywhere, wherever I go, I'm always late. And that I don't do deliberately, but that's my one of the weakness. So I want to overcome it. Though old habits die hard, as I say, but I need to create new habit to kill the old ones. So I'm trying to do that. And I never think that I know it all. I don't think I'm the one who is the best. uh, for confidence, it is okay, but I think every day is a learning day. And when you learn, even from small kids, you know how important it is to be happy, how important it is to be carefree. This is what you are learning from the kids. Then you see from people who are struggling, how how important it is to be happy in small little things you get in life. It's not only about money or materialistic. It's about feeling how good the weather is. So if you find nature around, you see trees singing songs, you know air has its own music, sun is giving you that kind of protection and light, you feel good. So this is everyday process.
Beautiful. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Nicely put, sir. What beliefs or identities did you have to shed to become who you are today?
See, as I've said already, I have zero ego. I don't get angry even in 5 years. I don't remember last time when I got angry. So I think I have pretty much worked on my own self, because teaching is the best form of learning. Teaching is the best form of learning. So when you are helping a person to behave in a better way, make life meaningful for people around and for himself or herself, obviously you will also imbibe the same thing in you. So in the last 26 years, I think I have grown 150 years.
Wow.
This is how it helps you. So I think I'm blessed that I'm in that profession, which every day is evolving. Every human being has a different kind of struggle. Who is calling me? Somebody is looking for a job, somebody is not getting married, somebody is not getting divorced, somebody has some health issues, somebody is in debt, and somebody want to buy another private jet, or maybe another villa besides the beach. So every person is different, and everyone has a different ambition and aspiration. So every day you understand what this life is all about. So this is what is helping me to grow inwards. And I, as I've said earlier, I think I'm blessed to be in that profession where I can guide people and help them plan their own journey.
So, from listening to you, my question comes up, if I may ask. When you are listening about people's aspirations, ambitions, are they questioning you only about all those things that you mentioned? Or do you have some clients who come and ask me, how can I be happy? Like, do they come for an astrological mindset, or they're only talking about, because that's a very outward kind of a look people come for. So my question to you is that, do you have such things, or but how do you learn, the second question, from that, when they ask the outward, help, how do you grow inward?
Brilliant question. And you'll be surprised, in the last 26 years of my journey with astrology, seeing more than 100,000 horoscope, not a single person has come to me who's asking me, tell me how to be happy. Everyone is in grind. Everyone is looking for more ambition, more aspiration, and trying to make life more meaningful materialistically. And this word which I said some time back about manifestation, they treat it as manifestation. So manifestation has also become
Good one.
manifestation. So
Good one.
everything is money, money, and money. So I think people should realize, in between there was some one era post pandemic when people started introspecting. When they saw people losing near and dear ones, friends, and whoever, and it was quite unfortunate situation for all of us. And that was a time then when they slowed down and then they started introspecting. But after a few months, everyone was back on the same track. So I think through your podcast, I really want everyone to introspect and look at a bigger picture. Look at the bigger, as I've said earlier, purpose of life, ikigai. If you find the bigger purpose, that is how it will motivate you. It will make you happy. It will make you satisfied. It will give you a lot of peace, lot of contentment, and you will be in a state of bliss. And if somebody asks me what you get when you become spiritual, state of bliss. And what is state of bliss? You are happy no matter what. And that is how I begin my talk. Happiness is a habit. If I always say, if you are happy today, you'll be happy tomorrow. If you're waiting for something, then keep waiting.
Beautiful. Really nice. I like that. When you say this, it's a beautiful thing, because I was very young. I was doing my English honors. I'm a bachelor's in English. And I read a book during my studies. I was very young. I was just about 17. And there was a book called Waiting for Godot. And
Waiting
that was
for
a very Godot,
good.
Godot. It's a book. It's a Waiting for Godot. It's a book. It's an outstanding book. It's about a man who's waiting for something. And when you say that you keep waiting, the happiness will come. So I remember I'm saying, what is this book? So I read the whole 350 pages, only seeing this man waiting. So it was all about that.
Entire life gone
Yes.
in that.
He was just waiting in that. So I think there is a philosophical context to it. But when you said that keep waiting for happiness will come. So I remember suddenly that book, Waiting for Godot. I think people should read that book. It's a very eye opener. It's a fantastic book. So I like that, what you said. Sandeepji, what has been your biggest personal transformation?
I think astrology, I would like to thank astrology again, because even I was, like most of the people, as I've said, some are wise, most are otherwise, looking for why me, and finding the purpose of life. But when I started learning astrology, when I started seeing lives of people, and how somebody has achieved something beyond his or her expectation, why somebody, in spite of putting 100% and efforts and whatever, understanding in whatever the person is in, and still not getting success, still struggling. I think that kind of understanding about human life and human behavior and human journey has made me grow up quite early in my journey. So this is how I think I'm sounding more philosophical to you. My approach is different. It is not about, like, normally people feel, go to astrologer, and the astrologer can tell you some kind of shortcut, will tell you some kind of remedy, and things will change. Do this, this will happen, that will happen. Manifest. Use red color pen and write it on yellow color paper. Put it under your pillow, and tomorrow you will be manifesting whatever you. So nothing will work. People started changing name spelling actually in India. They believe in, spell your name in a different way and you will get more luck. So this is what people are depending on something, and they feel that by doing this they can be able to achieve something. So it is, if you ask me, it is a placebo effect. Something which is motivating you, you keep doing it. But I am looking at a bigger thing than that. Work on yourself, understand your journey, take right decision the right time, believe. That is the reason I always, this is the third time I am talking about being spiritual. So when you connect, that is the reason spirituality plays a very important role. And spirituality has nothing to do with religion. Religion is your own choice. You're born with some family and following some religion, or somebody may not even choose following some religion. But the day you choose to be spiritual, connecting with the higher self, connecting with the higher energy, or maybe universe, that is how you start resonating at a different frequency. So your vibrations in energy within you can help you to attract every kind of abundance in this life. That is how it works. So I think I have evolved in so many years thanks to astrology. I've said astrology is not like I'm selling astrology. So astrology means I have understood the journey of life. I have understood how it works. I have understood why there are setbacks, why there are struggles, why there are hardships, what can bring you prosperity, what can give you good relationships, what can give you good health, what can give you happiness and harmony. So if you understand, and that is what I preach. So when you go through the process, that is how you learn. And when you learn, it is easy to make another person understand. And as I've said earlier, teaching is the best form of learning. So I'm teaching every single day.
Sandeepji, you've said, as you said yourself, that spirituality, you have to become more spiritual. Do you have any simple understanding around if someone who's listening to you, maybe a young person who's seeking spirituality, what are the ways to seek it? How do you become spiritual?
So first is, you don't use your brains, because as I've said, it is all about belief, is all about faith. You don't know what kind of God, where is God. It is all about understanding there's some higher energy which is there and controlling every single thing on the planet. Like Earth is tilted, Earth is rotating, Earth is also revolving around the sun. You may call it gravitational pull, this and that, or whatever. Everything, it has a meaning. Even we are breathing, it is only one kind of gas you need is oxygen. Who is controlling that, and how you are inhaling oxygen only? How? There is no cure of retina. This is a camera we are talking about. You're recording me from a distant country, another continent, and still we are live like this. How? So camera, but this camera, the nature which has given you retina, if it get damaged, no cure. Blood, no, you can't make blood. There are a lot of things, if you see around, especially for young kids, you're talking about. If I ask them, do you believe in God, they say no, because they're looking for logic all the time. So if you see nature, if you see human body itself, you will understand there is something beyond our understanding. So if you believe in something, as I say, surrender. And if you leave everything to him, and if you start believing in that process, believing in the higher journey, especially when you meditate, that is how you will feel good about it. You will start smiling for no reason. You will have better acceptance and tolerance toward everything, and that is how you will attract every kind of prosperity and success in this life.
Beautiful. My one questions, like small questions, one myth about astrology you would like to bust.
Astrology is no shortcut. As I've said, people feel that it is a magic wand, and it can predict everything and anything about your life. No, that's not the case. Astrology is more holistic. It will help you to understand, navigate the journey of your life. Like GPS will tell you exactly the roadblocks, the diversion, the traffic jam, and whatever it is. It will not help you to count the number of trees you will come across, or sometime potholes on the road. So these are small little things, which doesn't matter. So if you look at the bigger picture, the holistic way towards it is amazing science. So I think, try not to go to astrologer to look for that you are in debts, and astrologer will tell you a remedy, and then from tomorrow you will be debt free. That's not going to work. Astrologer will help you to understand that whatever risk you are taking, the time is not matching, or maybe whatever struggles you have gone through in the last so many years, your time is going to change now, and maybe next month. So this is about taking right decision and understanding the journey of a life. The myth is shortcut or some kind of remedy, but belief is your journey.
Great, fantastic. One zodiac sign that's completely misunderstood.
See, Indian astrology is based on moon signs. Wherever your moon is placed, moon is emotions. Indian subcontinent people are more sensitive. We instead of thinking practically, we start thinking emotionally most of the time. And it is all about, if you something is happening which you really want, you feel it is good. Maybe that thing is not good for you. It's all emotions. So moon sign is Scorpio and sun sign is Scorpio, because sun sign Scorpio has a bad name. They are revengeful, they are this and they are that. In moon sign Scorpio, they are the most sensitive people on the planet. They're very caring, very kind, but equally emotional. So that's one sign which has got a bad name, because of the sun sign traits are different than the moon sign.
Great. One habit everyone should adopt regardless of this zodiac sign.
Wear a smile.
Okay, that's a good habit. If you weren't an astrologer, what would you have been? Cricketer? Can I answer it?
I wish, but I would have got retired by now. See, I never say if and but as I've said, I had no regrets. I never ever thought in my life that I should have done that, or I could have. I always believe in whatever is. So I go with the flow. That's the natural habit which I have. I never plan. I never use my brain. I'm. It is sounding totally impractical if you ask me, like your listeners would be thinking, but this is what I have understood. The destination of life is already destined from the day one to the last day. So if something which is already pre-written, pre-scripted, pre-drafted, predestined, then what are you thinking? Go with the flow. That's the right idea. Give your best, leave him the rest. Obviously, you need hard work. You need a little bit of planning. You need the your belief. At the same time, you're conscious. How they say your belief, what you are doing, you should believe that also. I think that will help you to achieve what you are looking for. So if I
That's
would have want a astrologer, I would have become a philosopher. Maybe I would have become a life coach without knowing astrology. But now I'm better equipped. If I'm a life coach, I'm better equipped life coach, because I know the real psychology without even knowing you who you are.
crazy. Great. Very well done. Very, very well put. I like that because you said few things that I will remember. One life lesson you wish everyone knew earlier.
I believe it. One thing is love is blind, which I said earlier, which is anyways, everyone goes through the process and then realize it later. But I think one life lesson is life is beautiful.
Yeah.
If you keep on complaining, if you keep on cribbing, if you keep on comparing, thanks to Instagram, you keep on watching reels all the time, and then you see, oh wow, somebody has bought another car, some or another house, or traveling again. You feel bad about it actually. So never compare your life with anyone else. This is the greatest life lesson I've learned. You see from where you have come, what how honest you were to make your life better. And especially our people, if you are comparing even whatever they have got better amenities or luxury or whatever lifestyle, are they happy? That's the most important thing you should know. If you are not enjoying what they are enjoying, apparently maybe you are more happier than them, because I know there is one statement which nobody likes. There are people who are so poor in this life, the only thing they have is money.
Great. Wow. Nice. The most poorest one is having a lot of money. That could
Maybe,
happen.
no, maybe you are living in an amazing big house, but all alone. Maybe the relationships are, maybe the health is not supporting you, maybe your kids are not with you, whatever. So there are various factors actually. So that is the reason you should always pray to God. Whatever is good should come to you. I always say what you want should never happen. Whatever is good for you should happen. Only He knows the best. So create that harmony, that happiness. Only strive for happiness. And that is what I said. If you're happy, you are blessed.
Beautiful. Sandeepji, if someone listening today feels lost, fearful, or stuck, what would you want them to remember?
Somebody who is listening to me is lost.
Is listening today this episode and they're still feeling lost, they're still very fearful and stressed and stuck. What would you want them to remember?
I would advise them to meditate first, because sometimes, I will not be able to see the horoscope of everyone, whoever is listening to you, whatever maybe the reason they may not be believing in astrology. But even if they are listening to me, I would advise them to trust the process, trust your own journey, trust your own destiny. Nothing is permanent. Nothing on this planet is permanent. Whatever goes up has to come down, and vice versa. So today, if it is not a rosy day for you, tomorrow definitely things will change. So have believe in you and him, which is very important. And that's the reason spirituality plays a very important role in life. It motivates you, it gives you the courage, it gives you the energy. It also opens up a lot of new doors and windows of opportunity which you feel are closed. So it gives you that kind of divinity within you, and you see from a different eye. It makes you more intuitive. Intuition can be created by meditating, and that intuitively you will come to know that what you are doing is right. The time is just around the corner, and you don't need an astrologer for that. I'm
Got it.
talking unprofessionally. So if you follow this, you will feel good. And if you have already reached the rock bottom of your life, that means there is nothing which can you need to go down. Now the only way is upward. So this is amazing.
I like that. That's amazing. You hit the rock bottom. You have. So I want you to complete the sentence. I have written some things because the stars can guide us, but do you have anything to say? If we can
But
complete.
yeah, I always believe in stars, as you said, but stars also shine in the dark background. So it is not about whatever is glitter is gold. There is a lot of struggle. There's a lot of hardship. There are a lot of setbacks. So you when you are guided by a star, you should also understand that during daylight you won't see a star. So it's
Yeah.
only the darkness which can help you to shine. So shine only can come to you with your hard work, with your dedication, with your belief system, with your proper planning and the journey and taking right decision.
Nice. Life becomes lighter
When you smile.
that's
Because
nice.
when you smile, mind also start thinking, oh, something good is happening for a change with you. And that is how energies and aura and your hormones, everything will align. You start feeling good about it. And people will start giving you compliment. You're looking so good today. Wow. Same brand, same perfume, same face. But you are looking different. How? The energy within.
I'm with
Smile.
you. Absolutely. True transformation begins when.
You look at the mirror and introspect.
Nice. So it was my honor and pleasure to have had these beautiful hour session with you. I really enjoyed it. I never wanted to end. So I'm thinking of you and not being greedy. And I want to, okay, say with all my gratitude, I thank you, Sandeep ji, from my bottom of my heart. I'm really happy to have met you. And the person you are, I will, even if I don't know enough, I will recommend you because as a human being, you've come out as a shining star to me, is my experience of you. And I'm grateful to have this wonderful conversation. I hope you
Like
liked it.
feeling is mutual, and I always believe in there is no coincidences in this life. You have discovered me from another continent. We are talking live here. Everything has a purpose, everything has a meaning. Whoever is listening to you through this podcast, maybe they are also destined to be in the part of this journey. So I thank you as well, to have me here and ask me those beautiful questions, because it's not answers which are important, it's the question which you put across. And that is how I don't know where I'm sitting and who am I'm just engrossed in this moment. This is what they call it, meditation. So I'm in a meditative state with you, and in sync with you, the way you wanted me to say something, and I don't know what I said. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, sir.